Yo, 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 yo. Back again with y'all. Got another uh, game breakdown from Mount Miguel High School football. For those of you that are new to the page or you might not have been following along, my name is Isaiah Olave. I coach high school football for Mount Miguel High School in San Diego, defensive backs. This is year three, going on year three, or this is year three actually. Getting ready to start the playoffs here soon. This week we had a first round bye. It's the second week of the playoffs, quarterfinals, going up against Oceanside High School this Friday, November. That is the 14th, November 14th. Circling back. I'm going to be breaking down our week three matchup versus Loyola, a team out of LA, Loyola Clubs, a team who we played last year that beat us, I believe, 46-38 or something like that, 45-37, something like that. It was an 8-point game. Pretty good game. Came down to the wire, and they kind of edged us out last year. We had a 2-year contract, so we played them again this year, this time at their field in LA. But yeah, if you're new to the page, make sure you like and subscribe at Olave Boys Pod. It's on the podcast on YouTube. It's on the ticker below. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, TikTok at Olave Boys Pod. Gonna be dropping the game breakdowns that I usually do on this page, and those pages. Also do some stuff with my brother Josh. We've been kind of lagging some, figuring out some life stuff, being dads, making sure our schedule is aligned to where we can do stuff and be able to drop content for you guys. But I kind of held out on doing these game breakdowns just because I don't want other teams using it against us to probably try to game plan, and I try to go in depth about our tendencies and what we like to do and stuff like that. So I don't want guys using that against us and trying to game plan and all that stuff. But I mean, at this point in the season, we're already in the playoffs, so I mean, they got a whole season's worth of games to check out and be able to get, see what we do. We're not changing. So 10 games in. At this point, we're just gonna go through the rest of the season. This was week three, a week three matchup, as I mentioned, versus Loyola. So gonna try to get these games out soon and break down these games all the way up into the playoffs and then catch back up. So we'll see how it goes. But diving into the matchup, like I said, we traveled to Loyola in LA September 5th. So this was the third game of our season. Third game of our season. Yeah, third game of our season, I believe. Could be wrong because right here it says 4-2 versus 3-2. I can't remember when we played these guys. I'm pretty sure it was week three though. Pretty sure it was week three. We had to go up there one of those weeks. Could be mistaken, as I said again, but played these guys in LA. Traveled up to LA. Was able to get back from last year. Came out with the dub 21-0. A little bit of a wacky game. I think these guys lost a lot of players. A lot of guys transferred out. A lot of guys graduated. So coming into the game, I think they were still ranked ahead of us in the Max Prep state rankings, but we kind of knew that they lost a good amount of guys. A good amount of guys transferred out. I think they got a new staff as well, or some new guys on the staff. So, but yeah, a little wacky. We had the opportunity to probably honestly put up more points versus these guys and make it a bit more of a blowout. But we killed ourselves, some mistakes in the red zone, a couple turnovers, bad snaps, things of that nature. Kind of let them hang around a little bit. Didn't really put them out how we should have, but we came out with the dub at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. Got a few clips, got some plays that we're going to dive into and kind of go through that kind of impacted the game that we could talk about and break down. So let me see. Boom. So I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen, share my voiceover. So this is the first drive, offensive drive. We try to get our 5-star athlete Brandon Arrington involved early in the game. Our coach came out with a little bit of like a go-go formation, two running backs to the left of the quarterback. Just wanted to get him some early touches and get him involved. So right here, he's lined up in the backfield, swing him out, get him the ball in space, first down, and then that picks up a quick 10 yards on the first play of the game. Second, I want to say maybe second play of the game or a couple plays later, second play of the game maybe. I usually early in the season I was up in the box, kind of going back and forth between the box and being on the sideline. Last year I was pretty much in the box. First year I was pretty much in the box. I got a good eye for some stuff, so I kind of see they came out on this. We came on the same formation. They kind of had middle of the field open, wide open. Nobody in the middle of the field with this corner kind of on the island. So I alerted our head coach, our OC, who calls the plays. Say, hey, that middle of the field's pretty open. You know, you might want to throw a 8 backside. Try to see if we can get that 8. So this is actually the play before that. So go back a little bit. Pause it. So I noticed this. Middle of the field open. That's that guy 25 kind of drops out. He's kind of a little bit outside the hash, kind of drops out. And then I think we hit Brandon on a flat route right here. A nice easy pickup. Get him 2 quick touches for about 5 yards. But like I said, I mentioned that middle of the field was pretty open, so I notified the OC, and I think he comes back to it. So we switch up the formation. Brandon's now split back. I think we flare Brandon out this way or to the top. And then the same thing, middle of the field's open, and then I think we hit this post right here. They came out in the same coverage. I think it was a play or two later. We had got a penalty or something. Same coverage. That middle of the field's wide open. Post runs right to the daylight. Hits him. Should have been a touchdown. What did you say? Quarterback could throw a better ball, or Delonte has to outrun that, but should have been a touchdown. But middle of the field open. Kind of the things you observe as a coach from the box. Jump into some defense. I think this is our first defensive drive. What we got here? So yeah, this team, they were pretty like pro style last year when we played them. They had a couple receivers that they had to get they got the ball to, and then they had a really good running back that had probably 300 yards, right? 200 yards rushing, 100 yards receiving. Last year we weren't very good on defense. We didn't. You could probably attest it to coaching, probably blame it on the coaching. We didn't get guys in the right spot, but this year we've been a lot of attention to detail, and trying to get these guys flying around and trying to coach our ass off to play a lot better defense, and it showed up this year. So I believe we're in man coverage right here. I think it was 3 to the boundary. Guys are cut off the screen, but our safety right here, Delonte, the guy that just caught that post the play before I showed, he's manned up on the tight end. I think he does a really good job at keying the tight end. So he sees this tight end block out. Let me see if I could. Yep. So tight end blocks out. He peeks back in. He knows he has that gap. Running back runs that gap. He feels right inside. Boom. Nice form tackle. Gets low. Wraps up. Drives him back. So I thought that was a good job of reading his gap and filling his gap. I think this is the same play. Yep, same play. Just without the circles and stuff. Fills his gap. Does a good job right there. I think this is another man coverage rep, right? So teams try to conflict us by motioning, running a lot of mesh, getting them bunch formations, forcing us to communicate. As we seen when that last LCC breakdown, we had a lot of issues. So coming into this game, we had to make sure we got that fixed. We stress communication and making sure we're on the same page. So right here, we're at a press point banjo. Delonte, number 1. He has number 3, who's the point. 84, and I can't see who's outside. Will be banjo by our corner and our other safety. 84 motion. I think they shift out, motion out. So now it's just every man for himself. I think Actually, our safeties now banjo. Our corners locked up outside. Takes number one. They crisscross, so now our outside safety takes number three, who goes out. Number 84, who's coming back in. Delonte will take. He dives on it. Boom, makes the tackle, gets the third down stop. Now it's fourth down. They're punting away. So I thought this was good communication. Everybody's communicating pre-snap. We're all on the same page. As you see, everybody was communicating. And then we communicate again. He backs off. Now we're in the banjo, our two safeties. And then boom, plays out perfectly, right? They switch it off. He makes the third down stop. We get off the field. Another same thing, same formation, kind of, right? Under center this time. Trips to the field. So we're forced to communicate. I think who's that? So we bar is that Delonte again? He bumps the DN outside the stack so he could press his guy up. And then we got our corner and our other safety banjo in the back too. Let's see what happens on this play. We get a block back. Our safety follows and he inserts right into the tackle. Right, number 6 Malachi. He inserts right into the tackle, follows the block back. Good job, and then our corner takes that outside guy. So see it from the back angle. Delonte will bump our DN out, bumps Frank out. Malachi, who's the inside safety, is banjoing with Brandon. He sees 15 block back. He feels, boom, runs right into the tackle, makes the tackle. So that's great eyes on that. We've seen that in practice, and we repped it in practice, and he does it in the job. Like I said, we communicated that we needed to be better in our banjos, better in knowing who we have, and then we did a way better job this game of figuring that out. This play, I believe we're in I think we're in a palms coverage right here. So a variation of 2 and 4. Our corner right here at the bottom, Gianni, makes a great play, right? So just a quick coaching point, right? I believe we're in palms. We could be in quarters, but I could be wrong. But I think we're in palms. We're usually in palms. We usually want a flat foot read this, right? So kind of like a hop step and read it. We want to read number 2 if he's coming out. If 2 goes vertical, then we have number 1. If 2 comes out, we switch it off, kind of like a banjo, and the safety will take number 1, and the corner's going to dive. It turns into cover 2, dive on the out route or whatever number 2 is doing. That's coming out. He kind of retreats a little bit, which we don't want to see. Kind of way too fast, definitely, but he makes up for it because he drives on the ball, makes the tackle, and gets a strip. Right, guy might have been down, but you know. Refs never know. Just sell it, and he gets the strip, and we get the ball back. A forced turnover. So let's see it from the back angle. Quarterback throws the out from number 1. He comes in. He should want to be inside out, but he makes the tackle, forces the fumble. We get the ball. We'll take it every time. Let me see this play. Boom, 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 boom. I think I put this rep in here just to show our corner up top. The ticker might be in the way, but just a coaching point. As the game goes on, playing a lot of man reps, we kind of get a little bit lazy in our technique. Guys get a little bit tired chasing guys around all day, which I understand, but we got to be, as we get tired, we got to be able to focus in on our technique and not let guys off the hook so easy. So Brandon's up top. I don't know if the ticker will be on the way, but he lets up an inside release, lets the guy get inside way too easy. Should be a lot more firm and crush that down and not let this guy catch this pass. So just a quick coaching point. I want to be hard inside, especially. Let me go back a little bit. Especially looking from where this guy's throwing the ball, right? If he's on the far hash, that guy's at the top of the numbers maybe. It's a hard throw to fade, right? We want to make him throw the fade, especially from the other hash, right? We want to protect the inside. Little coaching points I try to give to my guys, right? The game within the game, trying to think of tendencies, right? If that guy's all the way at the top of the numbers and that quarterback's on the other hash, that's a long throw, especially for a high school quarterback. So We got, in my opinion, I wanted to see him hard inside, force that fade ball, and just squish this slant down and be able to make a play on the ball. I think he let him off the hook right here. So I coached him up on that. And we got it corrected. Boom, 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 boom. See this play. So I think right here, same thing. Where I think we're in a palms coverage. Is I don't know the down, but definitely most likely a palms coverage. I think they go up top right here. Brandon, they kind of ran the same concept that they ran on Gianni earlier, I believe. It might have been an out and up. Let me see. Let's see it. But Brandon's communicating. We're doing a good job on communicating, right? He runs that same out. Now they come back with the out and up. But little do they know our corners switch sides. So that out they got on Gianni that he forced a fumble, Brandon doesn't fall for it. He runs with the out and up, overthrows it. Probably should have been a pick if he located it, but he stays on top. That's all you can ask for as a DB, right? Stayed on top, made a play. I think this is another. Yep, this is another. Like I said, late in the game, another lazy rep where I feel like Brandon kind of lets him off the hook. Guy has freaking 8-foot arms. I think he should be able to jam anybody off the line. Kind of. Let me see what he does. Yeah, kind of just opens the gate, right? Gives the guy a free release. He doesn't really work him to the sideline, right? We want an emphasis on working lateral, making this guy get off his plane and not just letting him run up the field. As you see right here, where it's paused, his hips just straight up open. He doesn't move. He doesn't force the receiver to move. So at that point, it's just routes. It's pretty much routes on air, right? He's running a straight line down the field, and the quarterback can put it, routes on air wherever he wants. Instead of what we want is working him towards the sideline, towards that hash mark, getting him a yard or two off his plane, and now it becomes a harder throw, right? You got you yourself, the defender being inside, you got the sideline. Now that quarterback has to fit it in a much tighter spot, opposed to just opening the gate, letting this guy run right down the numbers, right on there, and then making a play, right? He still could have made it, with his arms and his speed, he still could have made a play, but just knowing that he'll be at the next level, right? He has to be a lot more technical going forward and being able to make plays at the next level. So that was a quick few plays that I felt like stood out during the game. Quick coaching points, plays that we made, plays that we didn't make that went on during that game. So week 3 victory, 21-0. Bounce back dub after LCC put a stomping on us. We came back, ran our same regular stuff, our palms coverage, our man coverage, a lot better communication, a lot better at being in the right spot. And overall, just a good game. We got the shutout. I think that might be our only shutout on the season. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was our only shutout on the season, but definitely playing a lot better ball this year compared to last year. And then week 3 compared to week 2. As I mentioned, we're late in the season right now, getting ready for playoffs. Got a playoff game this week. So this video is actually from week 3. This breakdown is actually from week 3, where as I put out these videos, you guys will see a lot more progress and progression as far as communication and us being in the right spot. At the same time, there was some games where we had some mental lapses, which I will get to as I break them down. But that's it for the week 3 breakdown of Mount Miguel versus Loyola. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for following along. As I mentioned on the ticker below, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Show some love, please, at Olave Boys Podcast on YouTube as I drop these videos and the content that I got going with my brothers. And then follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and X, and show us some love on there at Olave Boys Pod. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.